All right. Let me just get settled in, drink my coffee. And got my book ready. Great. Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here already. And on my channel we talk about books, wellness, lifestyle, you name it, I got it. And today's topic is drinks and books with me. And today's book we will be discussing is Echo of Old Books. So sit back, relax, and have a drink with me. So first we'll start off with the book description that's on the Kindle, which I'm pretty sure is also on the physical book if you buy that one instead of Kindle. Rare book dealer Ashlyn Greer, hope I'm saying that right, Greer's affinity for books extend beyond the intoxicating scent of old paper, ink, and leather. She can feel the echoes of the book's previous owners, an emotional fingerprint only she can read. When Ashlyn discovers a pair of beautifully bound volumes that appear to have never been published, her gift quickly becomes an obsession. Not only is each inscribed with a startling inclination, but the authors Hemi and Bell tell conflicting sides of a tragic romance. With no trace of how these mysterious books came into the world, Ashlyn is caught up in a decades-old literary I have such a hard time saying that word. Mystery, beckoned by two hearts in ruins, whoever they were, wherever they are. Determined to learn the truth behind the doomed lover's tale, she reads on, following a trail of broken promises and seemingly unforgivable betrayals. The more Ashlyn learns about Hemi and Belle, the nearer she comes to bringing closure to their love story and to the unfinished chapters of her own life. That was the book description. I learned about this book through TikTok. I was looking for more books to read after I had finished Meet Me in Another Life, and this book came up and nobody had rated it lower than 4 stars. Either they would rate it between 4 and 5 stars. So I was like, oh, let me, pick it up. Plus I really love the cover. So this is the close-up of the cover. And this is Kindle, so it's only going to show the black and white version. This is the colorized version of the book cover. I had this printed so I could add it to my book journal. So this book takes place between the 1940s and 1980s, if I'm not mistaken. And we're jumping back and forth between New York and New Hampshire. New Hampshire being the present day 1980s when Ashlyn discovers the books, and 1940s where the books actually take place. And the reading time, according to Kindle, says it's about an 8-hour read. All in all, I really did enjoy this book. I did rate it 4 out of 5 stars after I completed it. I loved the romance behind it between Hemi and Belle as we're going on and we're learning more and more about them. I remember once I reached a certain point, I reached it when I was actually on a treadmill working out, and I was just like, oh my god, when you figure out what broke these two characters apart when they were young, I almost teared on the treadmill and I almost screamed. But it was 5 in the morning and there was somebody else in the gym, so I was like, let me not scream. But I was blown away when I found out why they got torn apart and everything like that, and what one of the characters discovered. It was just wow. Apparently this is also based on some psychometry. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't think I am. Apparently it is defined as the ability to discover facts about an event or person by touching objects associated with them, it was pretty interesting that she can only feel that through books, and she owned a bookshop. Go figure, right? Actually also contains a lot of quotes. Every chapter comes with a quote, whether it's the main character who made the quote up or somebody else did, which also attracted me into reading more about the book because I love quotes. I love quotes based on other books. I love it all. And this book also references certain books. Actually, one of them I have. The Remains of a Day. The Remains of a Day was also brought up in conversation, I think maybe once or twice in the book. I'm going to start wrapping up this book review because I don't want to give too much away, with a few of the popular highlights that I highlighted along with several other people. One of them is very early on in the book. This is actually in the beginning. Honestly, if I could highlight all of the beginning quotes, I definitely would, but I didn't because I'm highlighting every one. So one of them is, which actually starts off the book, "There is nothing quite so alive as a book that has been well loved," by Ashlyn Greer, The Care and Feeding of Old Books. Apparently while I was scrolling through all the other highlights they were from the beginning of the chapter. So I'm going to read one that isn't from the beginning of the chapter. It says, "Books were safe. They had plots that followed predictable patterns, beginnings, middles, and endings. Usually happy, though not always. But if something tragic happened in a book, you could just close it and choose a new one. Unlike real life, where events often played out without the protagonist's consent." I really had to sit down and really think about that quote because it is true. Anytime you feel like you're getting into a very intense moment in the book, whether it affects you personally, as like you've gone through something similar, or you know somebody, or maybe, you know, it just touched you to heart because you really fell in love with these characters and something happens, you could just close it and call it a day, you know? But in real life, when something happens to you or somebody, you know, you can't just put it down and like skip to the end or anything like that, you know? Books are a way of escaping for some people. For some people, it's just a way to like have more imagination. Whatever the case is, we can always just pause it and get back to it whenever we want to and move on. We don't even have to finish it if we don't want to. But life is not like that. So I'm really glad that they wrote that in there. And with that concludes our drinks and books with me. I hope this kind of helped in whether or not you want to read the book. Again, if you really do enjoy historical fiction with a little bit of mystery and a little bit of romance, definitely pick it up. Or if you just like the cover, because that's kind of what I did. Loved the cover. Of course, I was gonna go get it. And yeah, with that, I would like to wish you guys a great day, a great evening, and a great week whenever you guys are watching this. And stay tuned for my next upcoming video, which is You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glassglow review. Bye!